Harambee! Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, who do you think should be the best candidate to defeat William Ruto in 2027? I'm asking that question because there's a general consensus in the Republic of Kenya that if the opposition can sit down and agree on a single presidential candidate, then that candidate can defeat Ruto. So I want to ask you, who do you think is best suited to defeat Ruto from the opposition? I want to narrow my list to 3 people. Edwin Sifuna. Can Edwin Sifuna, if fronted, defeat Ruto? Kalonzo Musyoka. Can Kalonzo Musyoka defeat William Ruto in 2027? Fred Matiang'i. Can Fred Matiang'i defeat William Samoei Arap Ruto? I'm asking that question because I'm seeing serious political war emerging in the united opposition. The united opposition is currently accusing, or let me put it clearly, Kalonzo Musyoka's allies are now accusing Fred Matiang'i of being William Ruto's project. And also, within the united opposition, there are those who are saying in low tones that Sifuna is being fronted or is a project of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. But let us not get into those politics. Let us just look at it from the face value. Who amongst them can defeat William Ruto? In this video, I want us to look at who should actually be nominated to defeat Ruto and what should be considered. Before you do that, in case you're watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, who should defeat William Ruto? Ladies and gentlemen, who do you think can defeat William Ruto from those people? Several factors will actually determine who amongst them can defeat Ruto. And at the end of the day, I'd expect you to soberly tell me who can defeat William Ruto amongst these people. The first thing which will determine is the national appeal. Between Kalonzo, Matiang'i, Sifuna, who has the national appeal? On this, I think all of them enjoys the national appeal. Kalonzo Musyoka even served as the vice president of the Republic of Kenya. Fred Matiang'i served as the first cabinet secretary for interior to serve for a whole term. Nobody in the Republic has ever done that. He served as the minister for education where he left a mark. Then there's Sifuna, the super senator for Nairobi, who is currently causing serious political storm in the Republic of Kenya. Today, in the Republic, Sifuna is the talk of the town. So he doesn't need any introduction. But despite all those, who amongst them do you think can win national support? Who amongst them do you think Kenyans can wake up and cast their votes for? So national appeal. And they should be able to actually charge the nation emotionally. Number 2, the treble backing or stronghold. You see, William Ruto is now the president of the Republic of Kenya. And because he's the president of the Republic of Kenya, he enjoys a lot of advantage, which most of these guys don't. He has access to intelligence. He has state resources. William Ruto, being the president, he attracts a lot of people to his side. Of course, even funding his campaign is not a problem. So for William Ruto to be defeated, it means you must come, first of all, with your treble backing. Then, because our politics is treble, let us not lie. Once you have the treble backing, then you must have a stronghold where you can say, for me, like Sifuna, I'm coming to the table. I have lawyers behind me. I also have this ODM stronghold. Or apart from lawyer, I can say, if I run, the mountain can vote for me or this group can vote for me. Someone like Kalonzo Musyoka has a very strong treble backing. Kambas will vote for Kalonzo to a man. Then he's banking on the support of the Kikuyu. But as we speak, can you see that the Kikuyus will vote, or the mountain will vote for Kalonzo Musyoka? Again, you look at Fred Matiang'i, he has the entire Gusii behind him. But apart from that, will the Luos vote for him? Will the Kikuyus vote for him? Because who is pushing for that? Will the mountain vote for Matiang'i? So, all these three, for them to defeat Ruto, they must have a very strong tribal backing, powered by one or two other strongholds. If you were to ask me, I think Kalonzo has a better chance here. And to some extent, I think even Matiang'i. Sifuna has the support, but it's still a wave. So you can't still bank on it. Number three, and this is something I keep on saying, who amongst them has the narrative or the rallying call? Because in Kenya, some of these rallying calls are normally short-lived. The other year, we were like, Ruto must go. Then we came to one term. We went to Kasongo. Yeah? Personally, I thought that one term was easy to sustain. But who was being associated with one term? Rigathi Gachagua. And that's why when it became clear that Rigathi cannot run for the presidency, that one term momentum disappeared. So the question is, who amongst these has a rallying call that can unite the country? Currently, I'm seeing Mimi ni Sifuna, which is taking the country by a storm. But can it be sustained for the next 1 year? Mimi ni Sifuna. Or is that wave going to just disappear the moment Kalonzo will realize that, Mimi ndio Sifuna is not serving me? So the truth is, all these three individuals, so far, they don't have a serious rallying call. There's nothing you can say that, Matiang'i is using to rally the support base or Kenyans to reject, let's say, William Ruto. There's nothing. But all of them, they must have a rallying call. Number four, for one to win against Ruto, they must be prepared to raise serious funds. Yesterday, I watched a video in shame, the video of David Maraga in Choka. And David Maraga was campaigning and, nobody was bothering about his convoy. And I looked at that convoy. There were hardly 10 vehicles. You want to become the president and your convoy has only 10 vehicles. Not because I'm saying his convoy should be long, no. He should have supporters who are willing to accompany him. If Maraga is going to Choka, I would have expected his supporters from Choka to show up with their vehicles. His supporters across the country joining him in Choka. Which means something is lacking there. To defeat Ruto, you must be able to raise funds. Who amongst these guys can raise serious funds? I know Kenyans. For example, Sifuna now has a lot of goodwill. They can raise funds for him, but not much. Rigathi Gachagua went to the US. He raised good money. I don't know what has happened. Matiang'i is banking on the support of Uhuru Kenyatta. And I think Matiang'i is also not a poor man, having served as the cabinet secretary for Interior. I doubt if he's a poor man. So Matiang'i, in my view, has the ability to raise more funds than all these guys. But I don't know if, for example, Kalonzo is nominated, maybe he will be able to raise enough funds. The truth is, the guy who has the ability to raise enough funds is the guy who can face William Ruto. Because without money, no, it's not going to be possible. And number 5, which is my last point, to defeat Ruto, you must have a clear strategy on how to protect your votes. Raila and Uhuru are testimonies. They stood against Ruto. Ruto defeated them. Raila had the numbers. Uhuru had the state machinery. But up to today, we are still claiming that Raila's votes were stolen. We are talking of an outsider. Then, now is the president of the Republic of Kenya with the state machinery, state power. Can you stop him from rigging? Who can make this country to remain at standstill on election day? Who? If you can get the answer to that, then you can tell me. I've seen Kalonzo bragging that, mimi sio Raila, huwezi nibia. If you believe so, then that's good for him. But for William Ruto, he needs someone who can match his energy. I'm seeing Ruto everywhere. I think Sifuna at his age should be able to catch up with that energy. Matiang'i will have to do a lot of work. But the truth of the matter is that these guys can defeat Ruto, but only if they are united. And that's why I ask, do you think William Ruto will allow the opposition to unite? I'm not seeing that possibility. And because I'm not seeing that possibility, the moment Kalonzo Musyoka will be on the ballot and Rigathi Gachagua will be on the ballot, the moment Kalonzo Musyoka will be on the ballot and Fred Matiang'i will be on the ballot, that's the day William Ruto will start celebrating his re-election. But let me know in the comment section who you think can defeat Ruto in 2027. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.